In the Revachol Citizens Militia, there is only one officer superstar. This is his story. Now we can go talk to Lena. Hello, Lena. Oh, wait. Where are you guys going?
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
I restocked the empty trap. Where's Morel?
Thank you for doing that, dear.
Her smile is weary. Her earlier ebullience has left her.
Uh-oh. Did something happen to Morel?
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
Only the hardcore players left, huh?
Yes. Field work is a young person's game, as they say.
Do they say that?
Her voice is shaky. What is going on here?
So, who's gonna check the traps?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
No, we're gonna do it.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
Once more into the breach, then.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
We are?
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
Lena, what's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
The half moons of her glasses reflect you as she looks up at you.
Answering a question with a question, for example. Defensive isn't her usual style.
You're not telling me the whole story, Lena.
I'm not. It's not that.
What is it?
It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer.
Uh-oh.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream?
Oh boy, Lena.
Seeing the Insulindian Phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
But Morel told me you'd seen it. You also told me.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
Uh-huh. So you told it so much that it just became real.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
Are you saying you made it up?
No, at least I don't think I did, but Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the Phasmid's existence that I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That, and for years his belief made me believe too.
That I am a queen? An extraordinary witness to grace.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be extraordinary.
But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
You can't give up hope. Hope doesn't cost anything.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
72%. Well, we can increase our suggestions, so I'll try that in a second. Oh, we don't have a choice. We're gonna do it. I'm just gonna take the risk. Can't always game everything. First, we're gonna tell her that her marriage hasn't been a lie.
But it has.
Oh my
hasn't
God!
it? A
We
seed
failed?
can only bear what's inside.
God damn it!
The seed of love is black and oily.
Oh, that is so frustrating. Wow, we totally booted it. We rolled a 3. That is so frustrating.
It has a taste you're quite familiar with.
Oh, ouch. Lying has gotten you this far. Why stop now?
Might be right, Detective.
Wow. Oh, that is harsh.
I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I came in on our first date. If I weren't the queen of the cryptozoologists, if I didn't tell him that story.
Gosh.
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
Now I understand why you haven't told him about your doubts.
I've wasted enough of your time with this drama. I really must stop talking about it lest I start crying and waste more of your time.
Oh, that's so sad. I kind of regret not gaming it, but that's playing the game, I guess.
What you have to know is the Insulindian Phasmid probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our ghosts. There are a million better things to do with your life.
Are there? Some of the other things are pretty bad.
To hell with this. I still believe you saw the Phasmid.
A true believer. Sometimes I still see it too. The real memory of it. How it was there. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart. Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
Okay, gas-powered, huh? You do that. I'll check the traps one more time.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel.
Can I have your address just in case there's news?
Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle Road. Jamrock, but...
A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
Yeah, she doesn't. I guess it shows how invested I am in the game that I'm upset that we failed that red check. The rest of it is pretty grim. Thanks for bringing some light, Lena.
You're welcome, sweetie. I'm glad it helped you, even though it turned out to be a...
Sentence remains unfinished.
A waste of time.
No.
A lie.
No.
Like that, she drives off. The gas engine putters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, it's raining.
We should go too.
Last episode, I chose to keep all the idiot Doom Spiral content together. In reality, the conversation we just had with Lena happened between the Headless Found Rider tale and the follow-up regarding Doom Spiral's jacket. There was no story impact, just time-consuming running back and forth, and I feel the edits made for a better episode with Doom Spiral. Now that we're done talking to Lena, let's go tell Evrart what we found out about the Weasel's door. Namely that we heard someone in there, so we didn't go in. So we'll head over to Evrart. What time is it? Okay, it's 12:20. So he will be there. It's not like he's not going to be there. I keep hearing a noise like there's an orb, but I guess not. Alright, let's talk to Easy Leo, see if there's anything new with him now that we've talked to Lizzie. And then we'll talk to Evrart.
Oh, hey, mister. I'm not gonna bother you with a long greeting, just like we talked about before. I know you're probably a busy man being an important police officer and all, and personally, I think the more people keeping the peace, the better.
I agree, Leo. Thank you for your consideration. Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
So just as a reminder, we found a note in a filing cabinet, or stuck to the side of a filing cabinet in that office, which I think is an administrator's office or something. Anyway, let's ask him. What was that about the borscht, Leo?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special Whirling Borscht to the men every day since the strike started.
Oh, well, that's very considerate of you.
It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Oh, I wonder who Mr. Renadan is.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
What do you mean by taking the soup to the men? Is it for striking?
Yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the Whirling in rags.
Very interesting. Hold up. Who makes it at the Whirling?
Oh, the Whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Oh, but I thought Manana was Mesk. Ah, who knows. Alright. Looks like the borscht is spiked. I'm gonna look into it.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
Aha, maybe we're gonna find some drugs.
He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along.
That's okay. That's the kind of people I like. Agreeable. Okay, we got a new task to check out the special borscht. Something unexpected. Now let's go talk to Evrart. I just hit tab. Nothing new here. Oh, thought. This is not a fishing rod, is it? It looks like a fishing rod. I think he's talking about this. I don't know. Let's talk to Evrart. Come on, Evrart. There we go.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Oh, that's so considerate of you, Evrart. Alright, so Evrart, about the Weasel.
You fucked up. You waited too long, the Weasel came back, and now you can't open the door I asked you to open.
Yeah, I guess we fucked up then. We waited too long. Hemmed and hawed.
Evrart forgives, Harry. Don't cry, my boy. It's gonna be all right. I'm still gonna tell you about the murder. That's just the way I am. Benevolent.
I thought I had more time.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
Okay, thanks, Evrart. Let's start with, I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
Uh-huh, I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
I mean, it does look that way.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
I haven't heard anything about machine guns, but the rest of it I kind of believe.
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
That's great, Evrart.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
Okay, that seems pretty darn extreme.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Hold on, you have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Okay, go on, Evrart.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
That's actually pretty neat. Wait, they move the container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
That sounds amazing. I would love to try that in real life.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
3 of them? I'm pretty sure we knew there were 2. I didn't realize there was a 3rd.
One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
We knew that.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers.
Oh, see, and it even says here, Evrart ignored the lieutenant, so he really is intentionally ignoring him.
We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Wait, the whole neighborhood is in on it?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
Especially if their home base is paying them a lot of money, Evrart. Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
Yeah, the Hardy Boys, we've met them.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
It does sound like organized crime.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
But then they do bad things.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
It does sound like organized crime logic.
So these idealists killed our victim?
He's gonna ignore Kim again, I bet.
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. There is no way these guys acted without your go-ahead.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Yeah, or maybe 2 weeks time off because they had already done your bidding.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Yeah, we've met all of those people.
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried.
No, we've met Liz. She's no pushover. And we've met Titus. He is also no pushover. So I don't think he should be worried.
He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway.
How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company, Evrart?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do.
All right, I'm willing to believe that.
Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
Why not?
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
The name of the company is Krenel this time. It might have been Sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
No, you're likely in this position because you pay people off. You mentioned a lawyer girl?
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
Yeah, is Theo second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind.
Yeah, Evrart is very used to directing the conversation himself. He just kind of ignores the things he doesn't want to talk about.
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
He's betting on them being useless to you.
He sure is. Evrart, I met these Hardys. They were not exactly cooperative. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course. It's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
Awesome. That sounds promising.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Wait, why are you giving it to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
What? Why is he giving me 5 real? I don't need it. I only wanted you to help me with the Hardy Boys.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
Oh, that was weird. Good talk. Let's conclude for now.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike.
Well, but why didn't you?
I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
Okay. I mean, we're really a communist. It's pretty leftist as far as I understand it.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat.
Oh, social democrat. I don't think we're going to be that.
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
Yeah, what's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. Because I'm a communist. I'm like way on the left as far as I understand communism, which, frankly is not at all.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is, company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
We might.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper. and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think of this?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
Yeah, I agree.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm going to hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
You know, it seems like we have to make a deal with not just the devil, but all the devils.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, rhetoric. What are the signatures for, Evrart?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Oh, I see where this is going. You mean the fishing village?
Yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned, in either the sea or the bottle. A gloomy place, doesn't have that Union attitude.
What will happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Every time I talk to Evrart, I feel more and more coated in slime.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them.
Okay, we're one of those people because we're renting that shack, and I use the term renting as loosely as possible since we're not paying the washerwoman.
We're gonna build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour.
He means it.
Oh, he means it. Okay, thank you, Empathy. That's actually very helpful. Okay, fine. If I happen to be there, which we will be, I can ask them.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
He hands us an open white envelope, and we see it here as item gained.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the water lock, but it should be fixed now.
Yes, it is, and we know both of those people.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist.
He runs his fingers through his hair. Look, we can lie and say, I mailed the signatures you asked me to get. We might do that. I don't know that I want to risk the other people. I'm not going to tell him we're looking into the Shady Brew yet, because we're going to go look into it first. So that's it. Evrart, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later. Bye, Evrart. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. We're going to call it here. Next time we will check on the Whirling Borscht, read the letter Evrart gave us, and confront the Hardy Boys again. Please remember to like the video and consider subscribing if you have not already. Remember also to spay or neuter your pets.